Hey, Beer 2, back with another beer review. Today we are looking at a collaboration beer, another one from Stone. This is the El Camino Real Black Ale. This is a collaboration beer between Firestone Walker up in Paso, Robles, California, and 21st Amendment Brewing, who are up in San Francisco, California. So both breweries are up north. I've actually never tried 21st Amendment. I have a hard time getting their stuff down here in San Diego, but Firestone Walker, all their stuff's available to us. As many of you know, they make some very excellent beers. I recommend checking out their stuff, and many of you know about Stone as well. This beer was brewed at Stone earlier this year. This was the first 2010 collaboration beer. Hopefully you can get a view of the bottle on that one. It's the style they've been using for all their collaboration beers thus far. And this is what they refer to as a black ale. You could also call it American Strong Ale, but it's an ale brewed with fennel seed, chia seed, and pink peppercorns, along with Mission figs added to the mix. So this should be interesting. I've never had this beer before. Thankfully, I can still actually buy it in stores, even though it's been out a while now. So let's crack it open. And I believe the ABV on this, yes, 9.5% on it. So it is a big beer. So thus I'll be using my Stone IRS tulip glass for this one. Oversized tulip glass. This is an excellent glass. I highly recommend, if you can get down to Stone, buy this in their shop. So we're getting a one finger head. This is a very dark beer. It's like a khaki colored, about a one finger head, getting a lot small, and a few large bubbles in that. Holding up the light, I can't see anything through this beer. This is very dark, very stout porter. Well, not porter. Porter usually has a little more light, but very much like an Imperial Stout in color, and about the same ABV as an Imperial Stout. And as expected, the head's starting to fade already. So let's get the nose on it. Very nice nose. Very not heavily aromatic. This is an older bottle, so any hop character that might have been in it on the nose has faded. But I get a lot of dark chocolate notes, dark fruit notes as well. They added fig into it, so I'm sure that's in the nose. And as I swirl it around, I can definitely see some nice legs, alcohol clinging to the side of that glass. Yeah, just real nice. Mostly chocolate, dark fruits. You get a tiny bit of the roastiness. Sort of similar to some heavier stouts, Imperial Stouts. And I do get some of that alcohol in the nose as well. So let's, this is probably around 45 degrees right now, so it might be a little on the cool side for such a big beer, but let's dig in. Cheers. Interesting. It's very similar to a lot of the Imperial Stouts I've had, but it's kind of like an Imperial Stout mixed a bit with a barley wine. It has those nice roasted notes, chocolate notes, but then you get a lot of the dark fruit notes, almost like you get with a Belgian style quad or double or double, however you want to pronounce that. But let's see what else I can get out of it. Now I'm not very familiar with fennel, nor am I with chia seeds. I'm assuming they're meaning like chia pet seeds, but couldn't really find anything on the internet confirming that. But the pink peppercorns, there is some pepperiness to this. It finishes a little on the dry side. You do get a little lingering chocolate notes on it though. But a tasty beer. The alcohol in the taste is fairly well hidden. You get a touch at the end, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to let this one warm up a bit, and I'll be back with some more tasting notes as it warms up and my final thoughts. Alright, so I've let it warm up, and as you'd expect with a dark beer, the flavors have intensified, and for this beer you start to notice a little more spiciness in it. The figs become more apparent, or the dark fruit notes kind of blend in more with the chocolatey malt character of it, and have a little more lingering in the aftertaste. The chocolate kind of mixes with the darker fruits, the figs, and you just get this little like spice kick to it. And I assume that's all the, what is it, the fennel seed and the chia seed and the peppercorns, that all kind of blending together in some kind of like spice note that you might get with a Belgian ale. So I'm gonna have to give this beer an A. It's an excellent beer. It's not your typical American strong ale. It's not a typical stout. It's somewhere in between that and a barley wine strong ale. Somewhere in there. It has its own characteristics that make it unique, and there are obviously 3 excellent breweries behind this beer. So if you think we can't brew good dark beers here in California, and Southern California, and San Diego in particular, think again, because this is an excellent beer. It's very unique in its flavor profile with all the additions they added to it. So I definitely rate this as an excellent beer. I don't know how available this beer is. I just know of like 1 or 2 shops that are still carrying it, and it's my first time trying it. It surpassed my expectations for this beer. I wasn't sure what to expect. There are those adjuncts they use, the seeds, the peppercorns, the figs, and you're kind of wondering, well, how's this beer going to go? But it all blends together very well and makes an excellent blend between an imperial stout and a strong ale / barley wine. So until next time, please rate and comment and subscribe. Cheers.